Jai Mataji. Today is the fourth day of Navratri. Earlier, we spoke about one emotion per day and we covered anger, we covered greed, and we covered happiness yesterday. I'm sure you had your own moments yesterday of finding and spotting those instances which gives us happiness. Today we speak about loneliness. We all have felt lonely at some point of time in our life, isn't it? It happened with me 2 weeks ago. I was speaking with my wife, telling her to do something in a specific manner, and she does exactly opposite, not once, all the time. And that day, I felt there is no one around who understands me. I cannot even call somebody. There are moments in life when we feel lonely and we want to pick up and speak with one of our friends. You try that. And no one picks up the phone. What do you feel? Again, lonely. Loneliness can come from anywhere. It could be because you just got into a new city or you got into a new college. Or it can happen also with the people who sits in a very large cabin, fat salaries, huge organizations, responsibility. But there is no one to confide upon, not even a single friend who they can open up with. The loneliness can come up. Loneliness is also slightly different from feeling of missing someone. There was one person called Subbarao. He left this world about 8 years ago, one of my best friend. And whenever I feel that I'm successful, I have done something differently, I've achieved something specifically, I always miss Subbarao because Subbarao would become very happy and he will say, Wah Patel, aapne kar diya. I mean, I knew you will do it. So he's the one person who will feel genuinely happy with my success. And anytime I feel that I've done something good, I would miss him. Feeling of missing is absence of somebody whom we are remembering. So that means technically the person is there in our mind. The loneliness on the other side empties your mind. There is nobody. You cannot think of somebody who is still there in your memory. We'll not talk a lot about those missings, and it's a play of word basically here and there. Missing sometime also, you feel loved because there was somebody like that in your life. So, but again, we talk about loneliness a little bit later, some point of time. Loneliness, if we want to understand and overcome that, we need to go a little bit deeper. Loneliness, left by itself, it can grow into bigger monster, which people call it depression. Loneliness also reduces some kind of hormones in our body, let's say oxytocin. I mean, there are a couple of names basically which I read in the science journals. But definitely it allows the stress hormones to crop up and eventually impacts our physical health as well. So allowing loneliness longer time, it's bad. We shouldn't do that. We should not harm this physical body. I don't remember which Upanishad, but one of the invocation prayer in Upanishad also tells us to take care of this physical body. Because this physical body is the only medium through which you can attain knowledge. Even the gods have taken, carnation here to achieve something basically because they can do only through this physical body. So physical body have to be taken care. If that's a motivation, let's take that. Either way, we want to beat this loneliness into growing into the big monster of depression. Before it gets into depression, we want to nip the whole thing in bud. So we need to understand what is this loneliness. Let's dissect it a little bit more. Loneliness typically occurs when you feel that you are right and not going to other person is wrong, but when you feel that you are right and nobody is around is understanding. Or it could be that you feel that you are the only person who is different. Maybe in the new city, you're different. In the new organization, you're different. Talking to the spouse, you feel that you're right. So there could be instances where either you feel you are right or you feel you're different. Isn't it? Now, we say, I've made some notes actually, and if we have to beat this, we need to do something. I got an idea. It's a brilliant idea basically. How about renaming this? You heard of this called solitude, ekant, ekant or ekalta. Solitude and loneliness, both are very, from I don't know what word, but it's something similar, but then has completely different connotation. The solitude is assumed to be positive, whereas loneliness is a kind of negative. So how about converting this whole piece of loneliness into something which is solitude? Back to Upanishads once again, Brihadaranyaka. It says the origin of universe has happened because somebody felt lonely. Who was it? The Brahman. The Brahman was alone all the time, and the moment it became conscious about the self of Brahman, it says that the word I originated, and he started feeling bad that I am the only person here. So he created a replica of himself, a male and a female part, and that's how the whole universe got created. So loneliness of that one person, Brahman, which we're saying as metaphor, has created the whole world. I also read an article in Forbes which says that how about using loneliness to leverage to create creativity buds in your mind. So we are trying to do something different here. We're renaming loneliness to solitude. Easier said than done, isn't it? It isn't actually. But I think I'll give you some steps. And I hope it works. I mean, I'm not sure it will work all the time, but this is what has happened to me, and I thought, let me put it down as a note. The step one, very simple. You need to recognize the moments when you feel lonely. Over the period of time, there will be specific patterns that such events creates that feeling of loneliness in us. We need to be aware of that. The step two, you need to recognize and say that yes, I am feeling lonely at this point of time, but I also know a fact or two about loneliness. Number one fact of loneliness, it's temporary. It's not permanent, isn't it? Otherwise, I would be getting to depression. So loneliness is temporary. Loneliness is a feeling, it's not a fact. It's not a reality. It's a feeling which we have created in our own mind. So number one, temporary. Number two, it is not a fact. And number three, it is based on a specific hypothesis which we have created in our mind. It's not proven, I'm saying it's hypothesis. So all three things, when you know about this specific feeling called loneliness, you know that now it looks like a little bit easy to beat it, isn't it? Not a big thing. Step three, how about being curious? When you know that this is a small piece, it's a temporary and it's a kind of not real fact and it's based on hypothesis, let's explore it a little bit. So step three, I'm saying, how about being curious? Why am I feeling so? Why am I feeling lonely? Isn't it? This is where you're trying to be curious. Usually there is a self-talk which is happening in our mind when we feel lonely. That this has happened to me and the whole world is enjoying and doing something, they have friends and everything, but I'm the only person who's not having it. Why me? Why me? I always tell this during the self-talk, when you spend a lot of time in negative emotions by asking why it has happened to me, why plays a victim kind of role, why makes you victim. Replace the why with how. Replace the word why which is originating, why this is happening with me. If I replace it with how, I become curious. How can I actually understand that why she is behaving the way she is behaving? How can I not feel different and be part of this whole community where I have actually moved in, maybe new organization or new city? How can I make one new friend with whom I can confide? The moment you ask why, the brain opens up to a whole different arena. You get a lot of insights into your surroundings. And then obviously then different avenues can open up. So number one solution at the step 3 I am suggesting is, how about becoming curious when you feel lonely? What's happening? How can I deal with this? Let's talk about it internally. The second option which I'm giving is, this might take little practice, but it's good one. They say gratitude and kindness goes really long way. Being kind, being being grateful, it goes really long way. In those moments of loneliness, how about invoking kindness? Yeah, my wife is a different creature, and perhaps she has better reason. I'm not becoming kind to her, but in some way, I'm just trying to be grateful to God that yes, He has given me intellect to analyze at least the situation, and then she's different, accept it and go ahead, move on. Anyway, it's not going to change the life dramatically. I'm talking to myself now. She behaved like this for a moment. That doesn't make her whole part as bad, you know. It was only that specific moment. How about moving on? Thanking the God that yes, I think only small part is bad, but rest of the thing is so beautiful. So let's focus on those things, being grateful, being kind to somebody who we felt that this guy is not correct, I want to beat him up, being a little bit angry because of that loneliness. So two things, when you feel lonely, how about getting curious? When you feel lonely, how about invoking kindness and the feeling of gratitude? I'm sure something new will come up. Let's beat this loneliness right when in its infancy and stopping it from growing into a monster which is named as a depression. And use this loneliness to be more creative. Renaming the loneliness as a solitude to create something really different. I also remember Vivekanand saying that talk to yourself at least once in a day so that you don't miss meeting somebody who is best in the world. That's you yourself. So use those moments of loneliness also to talk to yourself in a positive manner. And I'm sure we all will beat this feeling called lonely and we will win over it. Once again, Jai Mataji, stay blessed. Thank you.